Everything we do, every thought we've ever had, is produced by the human brain. But exactly how it operates remains one of the biggest unsolved mysteries, and it seems the more we probe its secrets, the more surprising things we find. The following is a quote by Neil deGrasse Tyson, a highly respected astrophysicist. I decided to include this quote because it highlights how important and complex the human brain is and how we're still working and making large discoveries involving it. The human brain is the most complex and powerful organ in any species, and there's still so much more for us to find out about it. All of us in this room have a brain, and I'm sure most all of us know next to nothing about it. What are all the parts of your brain? How does the brain process information? How does the brain communicate with the rest of your body? This and many more questions will be answered today. The following info is what universities and many health organizations consider to be how the brain works. Cerebrum is the largest part of your brain and has two hemispheres. It is responsible for your perception, imagination, decision making. It also interprets touch, vision, hearing, speech, reasoning, emotions, and learning. And it is divided into four lobes, which include the frontal lobe, the parietal lobe, the temporal lobe, and the occipital lobe. The functions of the frontal lobe include reasoning, planning, speech, movement, emotions, and problem solving, and the functions of the parietal lobe include movement, orientation, recognition, sense of touch, pain, and temperature. The functions of the temporal lobe include understanding language, memory, and hearing, and the functions of the occipital lobe include interpreting what we see. The cerebellum is found under the cerebrum in the back of your skull and is found in the vertebrates. It coordinates muscle movements, maintains posture and balance, and most all other movement. The brain stem is the center stem of your brain and consists of your midbrains, pons, and medulla. It connects the cerebrum and the cerebellum to the spinal cord, and 10 of the 12 cranial nerves are located here, and it performs many automatic functions like breathing, controlling your heart rate, and your body temperature. The hypothalamus can be found in the third ventricle of the brain and controls the autonomic system, which is part of your nervous system and supplies all your internal organs. The hypothalamus controls your body temperature, your blood pressure, your emotions, and your secretion of hormones. The pituitary gland is found at the base of your skull and is connected to the hypothalamus by the pituitary stalk and controls endocrine glands and also secretes many hormones that control sexual development, respond to stress, and fight disease. The pineal gland is located behind your third ventricle and deals with the body's internal clock and circadian rhythms through the secretion process of secreting melatonin and has a small role in sexual development. The thalamus is a relay station for information that goes to the cortex and is associated with attention, alertness, and memory. Your brain has 12 cranial nerves that pair with the spinal cord that communicate with the rest of the body. The olfactory nerve deals with smell, the optic nerve deals with sight, the oculomotor nerve deals with eyes and you're moving your eyes and pupils. The trochlear also moves your eye. The trigeminal nerve deals with the face sensation. The abducens nerve moves your eyes. The facial nerve moves your face and salivate. The vestibulocochlear deals with hearing and balance, and the glossopharyngeal deals with taste and swallowing. The vagus nerve deals with heart rate and digestion. Your accessory nerve moves your head, and your hypoglossal nerve moves your tongue. All of these parts of the brain work to process the information that we take in every second of the day. When you're taking in information, your brain's reticular activation system, located in the brainstem, determines the importance of all the information has to you. Most things the reticular activation system take in is not important, so it's dropped. When the sensory impulse you take in is blocked, it is known as perceptual filtering. If the data is important, it's passed on to your short-term memory, which is essentially an extension of your perceptual register. Short-term memory stays for approximately 30 seconds. Like before, the information that isn't important is dropped from the system. And if it's important, it moves to your working memory, which is where conscious processing occurs, and data in our working memory normally takes our focus. Functional capacity is how much data fits in your working memory, and it changes with your age. Infants can take in 2 items, preteens can take in 3 to 7 items, and adolescents can take in roughly 5 to 9 items, and it stays that way for most of your life. After the working memory, the data moves to your long-term memory. Once again, if the data isn't important enough, it's dropped from the system. If it doesn't make sense or has no meaning to you, it probably won't be saved, and if it does, it probably will. Storing information occurs when the hippocampus takes info and sends it to a storage area. The brain processes the information you take in and relays it through the rest of your body. The brain is the head of the central nervous system, and other things in the central nervous system are the midbrain, forebrain, hindbrain, and spinal cord. The brain sends messages through the spinal cord to all your peripheral nerves, which control your muscles. They control your muscles and organs. The somatic nerve system is part of the peripheral nervous system. It is made of neurons that connects the central nervous system to the outside world. The autonomic nervous system connects the central nervous system with internal organs, and messages are carried through all the nerves by neurons. All of these things and many others combine together to make the human brain the most complex organ in any species. The brain has so many functions and processes it carries out daily to keep you alive. What I just went over was only the very beginning. There's still so much more to find out, and scientists still work on it today. The human brain is one of the most powerful and complex objects in the world, and I hope you learned some of the basic information of how it works.